Hey guys, about to go into the second round of a Legendary Cube draft. Let's see what happens. We lost round one. We got our opponent down to 1 life, and then he managed to stabilize. We were at 25, and he was going to kill us with Sig in one swing. Okay, this hand is not a keep. The Blasphemous Act is nice. I guess it allows us to deal with any big problems. Maybe I should keep it. I mean, the Blasphemous Act lets us wipe the board. But if our opponent has a really control-y deck, it's not really going to matter, so I think we have to mulligan. All right, this is better, but not amazing. We do get to scry, though, and we're going to put Mikaeus on the bottom. We have both Mikaeuses. I kind of just put that together. That's kind of cool, flavor-wise. So, well, that's nice. I was going to say we need to draw land, and we still do need to draw a third land to make our Lantern work, but the Lantern will be nice. Turn on, it'll get our Wretched Confluence rolling a turn earlier than it would have, and Kamahl a turn earlier than it would have as well. Losing to Sig River Guide as a 30-30 in round one was pretty brutal. Transguild Promenade, pretty good. Pretty good card. All right, so we at least now have mana to play our Chromatic Lantern, which we'll play next turn. Those have mana for Expunge. Not clear what our opponent's colors are, but chances are good he plays at least one creature in this game we can blow up with Expunge, right? So, Rupture Spire. So our opponent may be the 5-color deck. These two are basically the same card. Okay, so we're going to play out Chromatic Lantern. We'll probably play a 4/4 Mikaeus next turn, and you can just keep making him bigger. You can keep swinging with him. You can do all kinds of stuff. So that's probably what I do next turn. See what our opponent does here. Ooh, so we may want to bring in our. We may have the Artifact deck, which is somewhat supported, but not by a lot. But Daretti's obviously very good in it. Okay, so he discarded Emrakul, so that's good to keep in mind. Another good reason to put in that instant speed, steal a creature thing. Or permanent, actually, is what it is. You can draw a bunch of cards. I don't really think I want to. Like I said, I think we just play Mikaeus here. Get some damage out there that can threaten Daretti while also, he's a threat that continues to grow, so... if he plays something bigger, we can just keep pumping our Mikaeus. So, but we definitely don't want to be allowing him to reanimate some crazy artifact in this game. We can use Kamahl too next turn. Chances seem pretty good we can play Kamahl and bash into Daretti, depending on what our opponent does, of course. But worst case scenario, we can burn him. Burn the Daretti with Kamahl and get rid of that problem. Gruul Signet. Okay, so he does have artifacts to sacrifice to Daretti, theoretically. Kind of hoping he somehow uses all his mana here without playing a creature. Discard something he wants to reanimate. Okay. Looks like we may be in the clear to take down Daretti. He has things to sacrifice that can reanimate it, which is not what we want. What's his emblem do? What did he discard? Oh, he just used the ability to use the ability, which makes sense. Okay, so we're going to take out Daretti this turn, assuming he doesn't have some crazy counterspell. So we're going to go... All right, my lands add all colors now. So we're going to go Kamahl. And kill Daretti here. We'll just swing with both of them. Attack Daretti. So, happy to deal with that. We still have Wretched Confluence, which can draw us 3 cards, and an Expunge it can deal with most creatures, although not, of course, our friend Emrakul, who we saw. But I think killing that thing before he could reanimate one of his artifacts was ideal. That's just a big problem. So our Confluence we didn't get to cast it last time. We were up against a Thrun the Last Troll, which we couldn't do anything about, you know, hexproof and all that. So it didn't help us. We were at 4 life, and drawing the cards wasn't going to help us either, because it was our main phase when we were going to be able to cast it. So may play a board sweeper or something here, which would suck, but we at least have Wretched Confluence to reload. There aren't a lot of Planeswalkers in this format. I think there's Duretti and Ral Zarek, and I think that's it. Or not Ral Zarek. Venser, maybe. One of the artifact ones. Maelstrom Nexus. My god, that's bad news for us. First spell he casts each turn has Cascade. Well, I think we just bash in for 10. Okay, can I play Sphere of the Suns here while also keeping up both those spells? Yes, so we will. And we will end the turn there. See what he does with this Maelstrom Nexus. Something potentially scary, I would think. What a crazy format with Maelstrom Nexuses. Luckily, only the first spell he casts has it, and it has to cost less. So he's going to try to play the biggest thing he can, so that he can get 2 spells fired off with his Maelstrom Nexus. So let's see what he does. Okay, Pia and Kiran Nalaar. That is a problem. Also works quite well with... Okay, Firebolt. That's a sad day. Poor Kamal. He also has flashback, so worth keeping that in mind. I can kill all 3 of these creatures, but I don't think I'm going to. I think I'll Wretched Confluence Pia and Kiran for the -2/-2, and then draw 2 cards and pay 2 life. So we will go cast this. Here's this menu here. We're going to do that twice. We're going to do that 0 times. We can get Kamal back, actually. When a dude's at 10, that is not irrelevant. I guess I'll get Kamal back, lose 1 life, and kill Pia and Kiran Nalaar. Well, getting Kamal back when he has Firebolt in his graveyard is not that good. So we are going to draw 2. I mean, we get to do 3 to him, which would be good, I guess, but it's not incredible. So, yeah. So choose target player, that's us. And choose target creature, that would be Pia and Kiran Nalaar. We don't want him to be hurling tokens at us, so, or other artifacts for that matter. Okay, well, that's not bad right now. Neither is Krenko. All right. Well, I think we go for the swing. I'm sure he blocks. Seems likely. With freaking Maelstrom Nexus in play. We'll play our Marsh. And I think I play Krenko as well. If things, you know, don't go our way, we have Expunge and Black Sun Zenith ready to go, but this Maelstrom Nexus is certainly a problem. Freaking Firebolt, of all the cards for him to hit. I mean, I guess Kamal could have killed the Thopter token, but that's also not the best value in the world. So, see what our opponent does here. See what he hits with Cascade. That's pretty key, so. See what he cascades into. Okay, Mirari. That's pretty gross. Lavalanche. Is that an X spell? Yeah, it is. That's good. That means it doesn't do anything, right? Yeah. Good. Good news. I mean, he gets to put it in his graveyard, which, if he has that card that gives all his cards flashback, I guess is relevant. Okay, we don't really want to be drawing what we just drew. I'm kind of leaning towards swinging for 7 here and being ready to kill, if this Thopter token's still around, being ready to kill it with Black Sun Zenith. I mean, putting a Goblin into play is good, but I think we'd rather just be aggressive right now. Drops him to 7, so we have lethal. If we can kill any blockers he plays, and our creatures still exist next turn, we'll be pretty happy. But he has Mirari in play, so the chance he could like 2-for-1 us is not 0. In fact, it's decently high. So what's he playing? Sharuum the Hegemon. Well, the good news is he doesn't have an artifact in his graveyard. The bad news is Expunge cannot kill this. And the other bad news is it has Cascade, so we'll see what else it hits. What did he hit? He has Progenitus in his deck too. I think he hit Far and Away, which I don't know how that card works. You can't fuse it from his hand, so... Okay, so he's casting Away, which is pretty bad for us. We can Black Sun Zenith Sharuum, which is probably what we want to do in the fairly near future. Yeah. Oh, what happened there? I thought I was losing both of them. Interesting. I would have kept Mikaeus. Okay. This is interesting. I have the Black Sun Zenith. I'm probably going to cast it in the near future. I think I just end the turn. Hold on to Expunge and Exava and everything. In the meantime, I can try to get around this Sharuum by putting Goblin tokens into play. So it's not awful. Our opponent has Progenitus. He has what's his name? The 15 mana Eldrazi dude. Emrakul. Neither of which is good for us. He's got a lot of mana, so even Black Sun Zenith can kill that guy, but we would need 12 mana. Okay, that's another card Expunge can't hit. Expunge may be coming out in this matchup. Mizzium Mortars, Jesus. He's just striking gold with his I mean, you know, we're going to be a lot more comfortable casting Black Sun Zenith now, so may as well put a Goblin into play. He is down to 1 card in his hand. I may swing with my Goblin first to see if I can like trick him into animating one of his lands so that we can Black Sun Zenith and hit even more things. Okay, we will take 5. What happens? Can I cast Black Sun Zenith for 5 and Exava? That would be 11 mana. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If we draw a land, we can. It's not too bad. Ooh, Beacon. That may now take precedence over all other strategies. Although giving his artifacts lifelink and all that is pretty problematic. So I think I still Black Sun Zenith here. I'm going to swing with my Goblin first, though. Like I said, if we can trick him into... I guess I can play Exava. I'm too late to do it now, but... So we're going to swing with our Goblin, see if we can trick him into doing something like animating an artifact. Because if he does, we can Black Sun Zenith and kill even more creatures. He may gain life in the process, but I think I'm okay with that. Oh, yeah. That's what we wanted. Take out a third card. We could just use Beacon here, but him gaining 5 life after we wipe, when we're about to wipe his board is not a big problem to me. I hope he doesn't have counter magic. It is possible he does. Okay. Is he going to use the lifelink part? Could use Beacon then again, but I don't think I need to. I think just dropping our Black Sun Zenith is ideal here. Okay, storage counter. See if he gains life. I'm guessing he will. Like, what reason would you not? He actually doesn't have the mana to give it. Oh, yeah, he does. All right, so lifelink and death touch. Great. Okay. So takes him back up to 12, but he's tapped out. And he does have freaking Maelstrom Nexus, which can, help him rebuild pretty quickly. But 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. Leaves us mana for Expunge if we ever actually play something we can hit. And we will Black Sun Zenith for 5. And we have our Beacon of Destruction as a way to potentially kill him. Maelstrom Nexus is a problem. But, that's okay. I mean, we can play Xava as a 4/4 and Beacon him in the same turn. We can also cast Expunge at the end of his turn, but I'd probably hold on to Beacon unless it's lethal because it can kill creatures too. So, all right, not a very good Cascade, so that means our opponent does not have much going on. Yeah, he was not able to Cascade anything there, so our opponent's hand is not a scary one, which is good for us. We're going to play Xava here. Start going after him, and we're going to cast it with Unleash. Dropping him to 8. As we continue to hold up our Beacon, play this land. And if he can't play a big spell this turn, we can swing with Xava and then Beacon him for the win. Even if he plays one creature, as long as he doesn't gain life or something, well, it could very well be one we can't kill. I'll probably cycle Expunge if that happens, We'll have to see. What's he casting? Panoptic Mirror. I wonder if he actually has something to imprint on it, or if he just really wants... Okay, good. He hit Cold Steel Heart. Not our concern. Does he have something to imprint on Panoptic Mirror? Probably not. I mean, he has to pay mana to do it, so I think this is probably our game now. I think that our... we'll have... Oh, he's going to imprint something, but it won't kick in till his upkeep, so... And his hand will be empty, so yeah, that'll be game. Wonder what spell it is that he wants to imprint. Beacon of Destruction would be fun on that. Careful Consideration. Oh. Okay, so we're just going to Beacon him at the end of his turn now, and then swing for 4. So, Beacon for 5. There's Sabo Tavok, too. All right, we won game 1. Okay, so I wish I had some artifact destruction in my sideboard. I should have prioritized it more. I think Word of Seizing is good against him. He has some good artifacts that we wouldn't mind stealing. Pithing Needle is also good against him. I think we bring that in. We can take out Expunge. It was kind of a dead card. Pithing Needle has a lot of things it can name. So his Galvanic Architect guy, as well as what else? That the Panoptic Mirror. I mean, you can even name lands. I mean, not lands, but artifacts that produce mana, lands. So, okay. Do we want to change anything else? Like Sponge seems bad, so that's gone. Tajik doesn't seem that good. Word of Seizing might be good. We haven't seen Urabrask. Where's he been hiding? Does Blasphemous Act seem that good against him? Didn't seem like he had a huge number of creatures. The ones he did have were like enormous. So I think Word of Seizing is better. So yeah, that's what we're gonna go with. So our deck has actually been more on the aggressive side. In both of the first games, we sort of in the games we've won so far, we sort of like did a bunch of damage to our opponent early, and then had some sort of reach that could help us win the game. And we almost won round one with reach, but our opponent's time stop was pretty upsetting. So it stopped us from putting Lizolda into play and just killing him. I should have maybe expected that. I mean, I didn't. If I'd seen time stop earlier, I probably would have. But in round one, because he attacked with stuff and left himself open to a bunch of damage that would have been lethal no matter what. But I thought maybe he had removal and didn't realize I could put a Goblin token into play. And then I had Lizolda. Didn't know I was going to draw Lizolda because yeah. But anyway, opponent's still mulliganing, so I will resume recording when he comes back. All right, our opponent chose to play first. We got a god-awful hand, much like our first hand in round one, game one, rather. We have all our colors and a Mind Stone, but, that's not really what you want to be seeing. So we're going to have to mulligan this away. And we mulligan into a one-lander that has a Mind Stone in it, but I still don't think we can keep it. All right, this is reasonable, given how many times we mulliganed. I mean, this will guarantee we can play Mikaeus, so I guess I'll leave it on top. It's certainly not ideal, though. If our opponent gets off to a quick start, we're going to be in a lot of trouble. We need double red for Krenko, so... Krenko tokens plus Mikaeus is pretty nice. See if our opponent gets a quick start. If he does, it's going to be hard for us to recover. Right, Gruul Turf. So he's... Wish I had land destruction right now. Oh, Lizolda is not bad to draw. So we can play her on turn 3. Maybe Krenko on turn 4. And he works as a pretty nice little engine with her. Right, he doesn't have any of his mana rocks this time, it looks like. So we're happy about that. Right, we have white now, but not... Oh, this is also double red. I'm not going to play it because I may not have to take the 2. So I'm going to play Lizolda. See if she resolves. And now we can definitely play Krenko next turn. We may have to take 2 to do it, but I think I'm okay with that. Being able to steal his Krenko would be nice, although its ultimate isn't the most attractive one, so even just being able to draw cards with it isn't bad. If we can do anything that can just like kill his Krenko, like use his -4 or whatever, then we'd be pretty happy to do it. Not Krenko. Daretti is what I'm talking about. Krenko's the goblin in my hand, not the goblin planeswalker. And he also has Emrakul, which I'd be perfectly happy stealing too, so... Unfortunately, we can't steal Progenitus, but... Ooh, Staff of Domination. That's a pretty cool card in his deck. Can't do anything right this moment, which we're happy about. We will swing for 3. And we'll play our Sacred Foundry, and we will pay 2. And we'll play our Krenko. See if Krenko survives. Mikaeus plus Goblin tokens plus Lizolda is a nice little mini combo that I accidentally assembled in here. So that's not bad. I kind of hope he doesn't kill Lizolda right now, because I'd like to get some value out of her one way or another. I probably won't swing with Krenko next turn, because in the near future, like even after just activating twice, the tokens he makes produce more damage than he can. And with Mikaeus, well, actually, Mikaeus plus that doesn't work that well. Oh yeah, it does, because there'll be 2/2s. So that's nice too. Let's see. Our opponent deep in thought. Our Lizolda, the Blood Witch, and Krenko holding down the fort. Have all of our colors, including green, which we don't really need. Don't have anything to do in turn 5. But yeah, like I said, I'd probably just swing with Lizolda. If he doesn't do anything, for example, I'd probably just swing with Lizolda and use Krenko's ability, and then use Krenko's ability again next turn. Okay, so he's killing Krenko, which puts him at 14. Yeah, Vendetta was pretty good. It was hard for me to pass, but we did. Is he going to gain 1 life or do something else more interesting than that? He's going to bounce Lizolda. Okay. So we're going to play Lizolda again. Leave mana up. We can't do anything anyway, but this way we can sacrifice her to her own ability if we have to. He can start drawing a card with his staff pretty soon, which is kind of gross. Okay. He can kill her in response to me using my Wooded Foothills, and if he does, you know, I think that's okay with me. Definitely not ideal, but let's see if he does it. He does not, and we'll get Smoldering Marsh. Ooh, Gisela. Pretty nice draw. We can play her soon. I think I play Sandstep Citadel so that I can get Gisela out there more quickly. He can start tapping creatures soon. Oh, he can do it now, actually. How about that? Okay, that's fine. I don't love it, but I'll take it. Do I play Mikaeus here so that he has another creature he has to tap down instead of Sandstep Citadel? We actually don't have... Oh, yeah, we do have 2 white with the Citadel. I think I play the Citadel and in my turn. And then we can play Gisela next turn. I'd be pretty happy about that. Mikaeus also pumps Gisela, so... Flavor-wise, it's kind of weird, given that Mikaeus would not be someone you'd think would be friends with angels, but not this Mikaeus anyway. The other one, maybe. But she's not a human, so the ability works either way. See what our opponent's doing over there. For spell he casts each turn has Cascade, so the card that spelt our doom last game. Okay, Urza's Rage. We are not super far away from actually casting that, so that's nice. So we're going to swing. This time we're going to actually get to. So maybe I should have played Mikaeus first. Because if I can resolve both, then Gisela has Undying. And he would have to kill Mikaeus first anyway. Yeah, I mean, Urza's Rage doing 10 when he's at 11 is super relevant. So I think I do play Mikaeus here. And in the turn. We can play Gisela next turn and just kill him with damage. If he doesn't, you know, cascade into something ridiculous. But that also means if he decides to cascade, he can't Staff of Domination. So he's, you know, in an interesting place. It's cool that they decided to put all of the... what are they called? Expedition lands in as the versions of the cards. I think I'm happy with that. Too bad Lizolda doesn't get Undying right now. Be pretty gross. Gisela will have it though. Okay, our opponent thinking. We have our Urza's Rage, and we're 2 mana away from firing it off. And it can't be countered. So, you know, I think we probably try to hold on to it till we can do 10 with it to him. Oh, wait. You don't just pay the kicker, so never mind. It's pretty far away from from doing 10, but it could happen in this game. If we have to use it for 3 to kill him, we're happy with that too. So let's see what he's got for us. Okay, Mizium Mortars on Lizolda, who we cannot sacrifice, unfortunately. He's not going to hit much with Cascade on that, though, so I think we're okay with that. And he can Firebolt me, which he does. Now I bet he wishes he'd overloaded that thing. All right. So we got us back down to 1 creature, and it's a creature he can tap down with his Staff of Domination. So we're going to go to combat, see if we get him to use it that way. I'm sure that's what he'll use it for. If he doesn't, it means he has something kind of scarier planned for us. So I'm kind of glad to see that that's what he's doing. All right. Now, though, he has to kill Mikaeus first. So we've got our 2 white, which we have to tap. And we'll play Gisela. And we'll end our turn. Urza's Rage can do 6 now, so I should probably just be playing my land so that I can cast Urza's Rage as soon as possible, but at the same time, holding lands is, you know, bluffing can be good. Our opponent does have Firebolt in his graveyard, which he can flash back, but it's for 5. It does 2, and that's not really relevant right now. Can actually only do 1 right now because of Gisela, who's just ridiculous. I wasn't playing Magic during Avacyn. I stopped playing Magic for a couple years when that set came out, and I never actually got to play her in Limited, but she's pretty ridiculous, even in a format as splashy as this one. I guess in the event that Avacyn was a fast format, she might be hard to make happen, but she's just so powerful that I think you would try to make it happen no matter what. Gisela. Pretty sweet. So is Mikaeus. 2 of them together works pretty well. Would have been nicer to have Lizolda in play too, but so if he uses a board sweeper, Gisela survives, but he can tap her down. But if he uses a board sweeper, he won't be able to tap her down. Of course, he gets to Cascade, so the value is real. I wonder if he has the Maelstrom Wanderer, who is a card in this format. Catch. Ooh. That's ugly for us. That means he can steal that. Can he flashback Firebolt? Good, he just hit a Gruul Signet. If he can flashback Firebolt, we're just dead. She can swing at us for 10, and then he can Firebolt us. He cannot flashback Firebolt, but if he has any other burn, we're dead too. So any burn that does... Oh, Firebolt would only do 4, actually, so we would actually survive. Shocking. He can now not tap our stuff down, so I think we just go for the swing here. Oh, he can tap something down. We'll still win, though. We'll do 10 here, and then Urza's Rage him, so. Swing for 10. And then we'll just cast Urza's Rage for the win. All right. We won round 2. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hopefully we can win in round 3 as well and finish with some of the